What's going on, people? Hope you're all well. Deftones are back with a brand new single. Now, I have just fallen into some kind of vortex, some hole that I was in there for a good 2.5 hours. You know, when you pick up the guitar for a moment, you're like, I'm just going to play a riff for a second. 2 hours later, you realize, you just kind of wake up and you're like, oh my God, my entire day is gone. It was like 9 a.m. when I sat down to record this video. Then I just went on a tangent playing the My Own Summer riff because it kind of brought me back to, you know, obviously we're going to check out Deftones. It was like the first riff I'd ever learned on the guitar. I've been playing the guitar for a couple of years now, and My Own Summer is just like the perfect gateway song because it's so groovy and fun and just like fun to play, but it's also simple and it's also iconic. You can play it anywhere and most people will know who it is if you're into metal music. Iconic. Anyways, that riff is now responsible for me falling into a fucking vortex. It's now 20 to midday. I started this at 9. And my whole day is gone. But I'll include some footage of me playing just because I know some people are always asking like any updates on the guitar stuff. I can't really get it right in terms of like tone and stuff, but this isn't a bad clip. Have a listen and let me know what you think. But yeah, let me know if you would like more guitar content on the channel. I've been teasing it for a while, saying it in different reactions, but honestly, either the riffs I want to play are too hard, or I just can't quite get the sound right. My audio skills are not great. But lads, today is all about Deftones' new song. We have a new song, their return after 5 years. The song is called My Mind is a Mountain in lowercase, that's very important. And there's also a new album announcement, which I respect. It's on the 22nd of August. There's none of this like edgelord stuff from Deftones, despite them arguably being the fucking godfathers of all of this jizz metal, cum metal, baddiecore, all this fucking edgelord stuff on TikTok. They are kind of the godfathers of all this, so you'd think that they would edge out an album over the next 6 months, but no. 22nd of August, just around the corner. It's called Private Music. Now, I don't know if Deftones were like previously known as the godfathers of this like baddiecore, cum metal, this whole movement of sexy metal music, but they're definitely playing into it now with Private Music. Come on, Private Music. But anyway, lads, I'm very much looking forward to checking this out. It's 2 minutes and 50 seconds, so it's in that like banger territory. Anything that's usually, anytime you see something that's 2 something with a timestamp of 2 something, it's usually just balls to the wall heavy. We'll see. Deftones are back. I'm excited. Let's go. Oh yeah, it's Deftones. Already similar to the last album. Artwork is pretty nice as well. It's very eye-catching. Oh, the chord progression, the melodies. Chino's got such a unique delivery. Oh, this is fucking sick. Locked in this delivery, man. Those Deftones chords, man, they're so iconic. Snare drums punching. Slow groove. This is fucking epic, man. I feel like I'm going to some sexual war. Ah. Transition. Chino's the GOAT, man. No. Sick. So sexy, man. I feel like I was just dragged into some sexual war there. It had that like low and slow choke to it that just made me feel like I was going into some battle. But then again, it was also sexualized. So, I don't know. Kind of conflicted on my feelings on that one. But let me listen to that again because it was like a big sexual wall of sound. It's probably the best way to describe this. A sexual wall of sound. Never thought I'd say that before in a sentence, but here we are. Let's listen to it again and I'll be back with a review. Oh man, I've just listened to this song a couple more times and I can see this being one of the better songs of the month at the very least. We could be talking up there with song of the year so far, and this is only on like 1 and 2 listens. I think this is, yes, it's Deftones. We've heard this a lot before, but man, this has that nostalgic vibe. It feels fresh. It feels like these motherfuckers are coming back and saying, you know, all this like cum metal shit that's been going on over the past couple of years, step the fuck back because the kings are here. I've seen in the comments of the YouTube video someone describe these guys as the fine wine of metal music, which is just, it's the perfect way to describe these guys. They're just so classy the way they deliver it. It's like aggressive, but not in like a traditional like metalcore, deathcore aggression where it's like very overtly obvious that it's aggressive with the lyrical content and just like how heavy it is. It's not in that way. Like Chino's screams are like almost wretches. He's screaming and it's, you're really feeling it. And even though he does kind of scream for a lot of the song, it feels warranted all the time. Whereas sometimes when you have a metalcore song or whatever, when the song isn't built as perfectly as something like Deftones tracks, it feels like the screams are just there because they have to do it because they're like a metal band. Whereas with Deftones, they just feel warranted all the time. It feels like there's an emotional connection there that warrants the screams. Also, I think because the vocals are kind of like in that shoegazy manner where they're not necessarily the forefront of the mix, they kind of blend in with all of the other instrumentals. I think the aggression is definitely coming from the snare drum a lot in this track as well. It's a real like dry snare drum that has like a real like tight compression to it, which just really cuts through the mix and just adds this real cool dynamic to the whole song, because it's not like, it almost sounds digital in a way because of the way it's punching and the way it's like the tail end of it is cut off, but there's a slight bit of reverb there, but it's quite abrupt the way it stops. I love the actual progression of this song. I mean, very technically, they have the instrumental intro. They have verse 1, they have a chorus, they have verse 2, which is, you know, it's a standard, you know, song structure in a lot of songs. But they do have a variation of the chorus for the second time the chorus comes in. It's the same melody pattern, but it's completely different lyrics, which I love because it's allowing you to get familiar with the melody pattern, but it's giving it a different dynamic every time because it's different lyrically. So it's just making the song feel so much fresher all the time, and it takes longer for you to actually like learn all the lyrics because there's literally more lyrics to learn, which just feels like it gives it more longevity. So it's very clever in the way they've done that. The bridge section comes in, which has like a post-rock feel. It kind of feels like Night Verses a little bit in some of the ways in which the guitars are playing in the background. Again, it's very like shoegazy mixed. It also has like Russian Circles, which is more on the kind of post-rock side, I guess. The Night Verses I'm just getting from the tone of the guitar, the like lead work that's going on in the background, just to add to the ambience. Beautiful. Then we come back to the chorus again, which again is another variation of the chorus. So again, we have like 3 of the same choruses in terms of melody, but the lyrics are all different. And yeah, all I have to say is, do you guys want to see a deep dive on this band? And if so, where do I start from? Because one of those bands that are so iconic, I know so much about them. They've paved the way for a lot of the music that I love today, but I've never done a deep dive on them. I never really got into Deftones. I checked out some of the Deftones tracks. My introduction to Deftones on this channel was when I was checking out Tool's music, and then Tool, Maynard, obviously Maynard, the lead vocalist from Tool, did a feature with Deftones, which was what was the name of that song? It wasn't Change, it was the Passenger, I believe. And that song was sick, and that was my introduction to Deftones. And then I checked out some other tracks, but I never did any albums. So I've not listened to any albums in full. I've heard the big hitters, of course, like, you know, I played the My Own Summer track. But let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a Deftones deep dive, because I'm looking for other bands to kind of explore. Metalcore and core music at the moment is kind of just boring me. There's not many things that are coming out. I've just been doing the Ghost discography, and I've been finishing up all that, and it's been so enjoyable. Just something a little bit off of the like beaten trail when it comes to stuff that I've been listening to on the channel. So I am more than happy to go and like deep dive on Deftones once I finish the Ghost discography. So let me know, guys, what album is the best place to start? Assuming just from the very beginning. I do like to do that where I can, because I've heard no albums. So this would be a great start, I guess, and an opportunity to go back and check it out. So let me know. I'll leave a like in this video if you want me to check out the Deftones discography, and we'll do a little journey through that, because I think that'll be fun leading up to the new album, which drops on the 22nd of August. Let me know what you think of the comeback. It seems to be pretty positive. I'm delighted with this song. It's so fucking sick. It's big. It's a wall of sound. It's a sexual wall of sound is the best way to describe it. But guys, that's all from me. Make sure you're subbed. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.